Hi zusammen. Ja, wir sind fast überpünktlich heute. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Herzlich willkommen im Profi-Camp im Deutsche Bank Park. Zur Pressekonferenz mit unserem Chefcoach, mit Albert Riera, 2 Tage vor unserem nächsten Auswärtsspiel in der Bundesliga. Wir gastieren am Millerntor beim FC St. Pauli und begleitet werden wir von rund 2900 Eintracht-Fans in den hohen Norden. Freuen uns sehr darauf. Schiedsrichter der Partie ist Felix Zweier und das Spiel wird live auf der Zone und im Audiokommentar bei Eintracht FM übertragen. Dann wollen wir nicht lange rummachen, starten direkt eure Fragerunde, your questions, to our head coach Albert Riera. Lisa Siegel von der Bild und dann Julian Franzke vom Kicker.
Hi, Coach. In the last game against St. Pauli, Johnny Burkhardt scored twice. Is that a good omen?
That it will be good. He repeats, but every single game is different. Every single moment is different, and I will tell you. I will start with how we start this week. What I said on -4 of the game. I said to the team that the winner teams, that they are the ones that they are thinking on the next game. We did nothing yet. Nothing. We're on deficit of points, and I want that we play with the same intensity, with the same energy, the same passion every single game. This is what I demand to them, because what I want that you write tomorrow is that every single game is exactly the same points. And now at the moment, we are talking about that we are playing against the team, that they are behind us. It doesn't matter who is the opponent. We have to play exactly if it's Bayern we have in front. So for me as a coach, I start this week telling them this, because the week that we're playing against Bayern is the easiest for one coach, because they are motivated, everyone wants to play, beautiful scenario. And this is the week that they needed me, and I start with this speech with them at the start of the week. So I demand that the game that we will play against St. Pauli, I don't want that during any moment during the game that I have to tell them that it's exactly 3 points and the same that we play when we play against Bayern.
Hello, Mr. Riera. Is there a realistic chance that Santos will have his comeback this season? And when you look at the skills of Santos and Michael Zetterer, what are the differences between these two goalkeepers?
The difference is that they are 2 different goalkeepers with different characteristics, and this is really good for one coach, because always I'm saying that I want a different players in every position, because when I am choosing, I am not putting the same characteristics on the pitch. I need 2 different players in every position, because one player can give you one characteristics, another player can give another ones. When I came, I decided for Kawa. Now, unfortunately, he's not with us, and this is another characteristic of goalkeeper, but another goalkeeper that proved already that he can help the team to win games, and this is the most beautiful. That I have the conviction that the player that will be in this case as a substitute of Kawa, he can help us to win. So with his characteristics, I'm not saying that they are better or worse than Kawa. He's another goalkeeper, and I repeat, he's concentrate, focus, motivated to help us to win.
Konrad Ringlepp von der FAZ.
Hi Bartosz, hello coach. So Mr. Riera, if you were the coach of the German national team and you could nominate 3 strikers, who would you possibly call up for the team?
For me, this question is, I think I said already, before to choose the system, I choose the players with who I want to play. If we have 3 strikers that they deserve to play, because I think that they will help us to win, I will find a position to them. Maybe they won't be in front of the goal directly, but maybe on the second action they will be as strikers. I said last week I found a new position for Kali, because I want to play with Kali, because he is giving us what I am demanding to him on this position. And I repeat again, it's not about only the position. It's about, if you as a coach, you have it's not only my desires, because the player can help us to win. So if these 3 strikers, they deserve to play because can help us to win, I will find the position. This is how I am thinking. So we have a perfect example, because it's not what I am saying this. Kali is a real striker, but also he can do the job because our wingers also they are like a second striker, and at the moment we can play with them. The thing that I am asking is, we had a quite similar situation, no? When PSG had Mbappé, had Di Maria, had it was Neymar, Messi all together, no? And you said how they can play together. No? The good players they can play together, but just one thing to tell to this player is that when we don't have the ball, you have a role also. So we need to respect this role without the ball. With the ball, to this player, it's difficult to tell them what to do. No, they know already what to do. But when you don't have the ball, you need to be organized. So if I go to your question, if three strikers can play together, they can play together. When they don't have the ball, maybe they have to do another job. But good players, they can play together always.
Sonja Paul von FFH und dann Christopher Michel von Absolut Fußball.
Hi, Albert. So you said you held a speech at the beginning of this week to your players. Did you have the impression that they not just only needed that speech for getting to realize what stays ahead with this St. Pauli match? And do you think, from that kind of point of view, that the Pauli match is going to be the hardest you had to play so far?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, on my first speech, you detect what I wanted to say. Great question. Because I said to them I lost more than all of them together in my career, and you can lose because the opponent is better. You can lose because this is football. Football is not always winning who is favorite. It's not always winning who plays better. That's why it's beautiful. But you cannot lose because you are not ready, especially mentally. Especially to when you approach the game that you are ready. In your brain, everything that you have to do, and you take everything serious at that highest level. It doesn't matter who is the opponent. So because I lost a lot, I prevent this situation that could happen, but will not happen with me, because I said with me, my teams, they perform on energy, on passion, on desire, on the same way. It doesn't matter who is the opponent, because if not, then the players is when they have one problem with me, because I'm really tough on this. We cannot lose games because of this reason. We lose a game, we can lose, because in football you cannot win all the games, but not because of this reason. I cannot remember even one game that my teams, they lost because I went to the dressing room after 90 minutes and I said, you had a lack of attitude this game. So it will not happen with me, and it will be very strange if it happen. So that's why I like to advance just in case, because we are not long time together, but they already know that from my side I will never accept this, because this is the minimum that we have to do. And after, we can miss passes, we can miss goals in front of the goalkeeper, we can make mistakes. This game is about to make mistakes, but not about the preparation to the game, especially mentally. So I detect that I needed to say, especially, I'm not a fan to give a lot of compliments to the player, because compliments make you soft. That's the reality. You won, good, you put in your pocket, well done, let's go to the next. Because when you think that you are someone, is when they put you, this live and football also put you in the place again. So at least that is not because of this. At least if you lose one game, you lose because, well done, the opponent, they did fantastic job, they did better than you today. This can happen not because of attitude or energy or passion.
Christopher Michel und dann Phil Hofmeister vom HR.
Yes, hello coach. Today was the training video and we saw that Uzun, Ebnu Talib and Batshuayi came back on the pitch. When do you expect these three players again back to the squad?
Yeah, no, it's too early. It's too early for them, because they did only the first part. They did only the wheel passing with us, and to start having the moments, automatism that we have, but without contacts. So still too early, but next week they will join us more exercises, and when they will be ready to have duels and to have contacts, then they will be available for the team. But right now it's only that they are starting making some exercises, but still without any contact and duel. And football without contact and duel, it's impossible to win games.
Hello, Coach. You already mentioned the differences between playing an away game at Bayern Munich and now playing an away game at St. Pauli. there's a lot of different things to look at when you compare these two clubs and these two away games. Also looking at the atmosphere, because it's a tight stadium with an intense atmosphere, special crowd up there. They play Hell's Bells from AC/DC ahead of the game. That kind of sets the tone for the match right away before kickoff. Does it make a difference to you, to your style of coaching in a different atmosphere like that?
That's what I'm saying, that we don't see a difference. You said that is a difference. Okay, maybe from your perspective, and as a journalist, of course, you say, we play against Bayern, 70,000 people and big atmosphere, and St. Pauli has a fantastic atmosphere also already. And I know, but also they told me, and a similar atmosphere like in Union Berlin also, because well done also Bundesliga. I read this week that it's the league with the most spectators, with more fan average fans on the stadium. That's talks really well about this league and about the fans. So that's what we have to give to them, a show, because they are loyal, they are coming to the stadiums. But what I want is that we don't have the impression that they are different games. That they have the best scorer of the league, Bayern and St. Pauli. No, yeah. But they play different football. Yeah, they play different football. But the game is exactly 3 points. And for us, it should be, the mentality should be to prepare exactly the same, on the same way, the game. Because it's 3 points. All of them important, and also because I don't want in the mind that because we play against Bayern we are more motivated and we play against St. Pauli less. No, all the opponents deserve a big respect, and also especially for us on the approach to the game, it shouldn't be any difference. So that's why I said I want to see my players training this week, that it happened. With the same desire, with the same passion, because for us all the games since we start together until the end will be a finals, because we have a big deficit on points and we need to win a lot of games.
Ingo Dustewitz von der Frankfurter Rundschau.
So, Mr. Riera, you will face 5 opponents of the basement and of the ranking. Do you look at these matches in a row or just focus on every single match?
Now, okay, it's true that we make preparation. We were checking now for this game before the international break, especially for the international break, because you need to adjust the charges and the trainings. But without playing Europe is easier, because you have all the week to prepare the next game. So the most important is the next game. When you play in between, you have Europe, then sometimes you need to make some rotations, but it's not the case at the moment. So we have all week to prepare. And it's more focus on the next. The next is the most important. Football is today. Football is not the past. What is done is done. You cannot look too much farther also. So we are concentrating on this game, and as you said, we have five teams that they are behind us. But this doesn't mean that we're gonna respect them less. On the same way, like he's the leader of the league, and this is what I want. That you're gonna see a team, our team, that is playing against everyone exactly on the same way. Exactly with the same desire, with the same passion, the energy, the motivation, with the ball, without the ball, exactly the same. So when we will talk after these 4 or 5 games, as your colleague said, I want that we don't talk about the word difference. No, we play on the same way, all the games, because we respect all of them. But we need to think about us, that our behavior has to be always top on this.
Julian Franzke.
Jean-Matteo Barruya had a difficult season until you arrived. Now he played 3 times in a row for 90 minutes. Can he be a key player in your system? And
Who?
Jean-Matteo Barruya.
Mm-hmm.
Can he be a key player for you, and which development is possible for him in future?
Well, I hope not. We need a lot of players to win to win games. So not only, that's why I'm always saying about individual players. But it's true that GM. The point is, if you have one player 19, 20 years old, they are players that they don't have the experience. They are not 30, 32 years old, that you don't need to say many things, because they already prepared themselves. They need help. This kind of player, they need help. And the first thing that needs one young player is confidence from the coach. So this is what I gave to him. More confident than playing 90 in a row is difficult. So I'm giving him a lot. So that's why he is giving us a lot also. So I expect the same love that I am giving to him, the same love that he is giving to the team and helping us to win. So he's giving back to us what we need. And we can see a player that I want that you see only not what he is doing with the ball. That's fantastic, the assist and the goal that he scored, but the effort that he is doing as a winger, because I think I consider myself that I'm a coach without ball, that I have a high demandings, because I don't want that the ball is without pressing anytime. I can let only the first pass, but after the first pass we want to recover as soon as possible. Every time we lose the ball, I demand to have a reaction. So not only GM, many of them, but especially him, check when he has not the ball. He's doing a fantastic job, and this is also beautiful because it tells you, it shows you, it gives example to the other players that they have quality, that without the ball also you have to be a team player. So this is a message for our quality players, that they are fantastic. You have Fares, you have Doan, Kali, now that is playing on the wing. Good, talented with the ball. But they don't have the ball during 90 minutes. So what are you doing during the rest of the minutes? No, this is one of the questions that they did to us on the license coach exam. They did how long time has one player the ball, and probably I don't know if you know, because I was totally wrong when I'm telling you how long has one player the ball. As a week, 5 minutes? No way. The record is Xavi Hernandez. That was one game against Getafe, and they had 80% the ball. It was around 4 minutes and a half. Xavi Hernandez. Me as a winger, not even 1 minute per game. So imagine if I don't know what I have to do without the ball. So I have another 89 minutes. I say, what are you doing? So how important is the job that you're doing without the ball, no? So when you make this question to these talented players, they say, yeah. Okay, so I have 89 minutes that I need to help also the team. So that's why I'm convincing with him. I say, listen, if you are good without the ball and with the ball, then you are complete. But if you are only with the ball, okay, the game that instead of 1 minute you have 2.5, you have more chances to be the MVP of the game. But what about if you are also a good player without the ball? So you have a lot of chances to be MVP. And what I want is that they have the desire when they go on the pitch that every player can be the MVP of the game. So because this is giving you individually a lot of good performances, and the result of many good individual players, you have a good team, collective.
Christopher Michel.
Yes, you have managed to reduce the average number of goals conceded to 1-0 from about 2.8, I think it was at the beginning. What are the reasons for the new defensive stability?
Well, it can be. It's not only one thing. The first is the concept. For me, it's clear that the concept and the way how we are defending. That's first. So on the concept, it means that all the players, they have clear what they have to do without the ball. And once all the players, they know what they have to do, then it's about if they are faster, if they made a mistake or no, if they miss, if they forget. So that can happen during the game, or maybe because sometimes the opponent is doing well, but they have clear. So for me, the concept on the way how we defend, we don't have any doubt. When we made the post game, normally Tuesdays, and I put the video and then I stop. I have the feedback to them, and I am asking them. I said, here, how it should be? It's correct? No, it's not correct. No, this play should be here. Okay, let's go to the next. Here. So for me, more important than I am showing, you have to do this, you have to do this. No, they have to tell me, because we already know the idea, how we defend. And like this, they participate, and the most important, they understand. I know what I want, but they need to understand. And this is the best way when we interact. And I can see that they learn a lot very fast, very, very fast. So I'm really satisfied how they progress. I'm really satisfied on the way how they got the ideas. And this is, I have to say, still I didn't say anything about that. It tells you that something positive from the previous coach who was here, that they didn't get one team completely destroyed. No, it was not a team destroyed. It was not a team, not to say it's a disaster, because I can tell you, I took on previous teams sometimes a club, a team, and I said, these players, they are a disaster physically, they are not ready mentally, they don't have tactically, let's say, the knowledge is not the best. This team, they make a big difference now in 3 or 4 weeks. This team, they knew. It's a team that been playing Champions League. It's a team that last year been third in the championship. So what happened? Very simple. What happened is that it was a team that didn't win during on the last 13 games. Won one time. They were blocked, and I was more focused on this. I was more focused on mentally on the confidence and to wake them up. But for the rest, I have to say that I found a team good physically, work, the attitude to the job and to the trainings. I don't have any problem. So is a team educated. So this it talks really well about Dino, the head coach. At the end, the coach, we are here. We don't have results. Another one. It's like this. This is the job. But I have to say some nice words for the job that it was done before, because it was about results. It was about the mood. That's normal. Which team after 13 games you winning one, who won't be in a bad mood? Or I will use the word block. The players, they were a bit block, and that's it. And I wanted to say this because this is what I had inside, and this is like I compare with one pool. When one pool is green, you don't put a chloro. Normally chloro, you put a chalk. So it's a tablet that is chalk, no? So just they needed this to unblock the players, and this is what we did, and that's it. And before it was not a disaster. Now it's not everything fantastic. We still have to improve a lot of things. And what I want to say is that when it will come one result that maybe is not the best, I like to say this: before we were not Maradonas, and now we are not so bad. So that's why I want always to keep my players focused, ready. This game is not always winning the best. So what I want is a strong team mentally. Doesn't matter what is happening. They know what they have to do with the ball and without the ball.
Phil Hofmeister.
Coach, we do realize by now how much you will love to talk about football, but going away from that just for a second, and having been here in Frankfurt for a little bit more than a month now, did you have a chance to take some time off besides the time you spent in your hotel room or on the training pitch, take a stroll through the city, maybe enjoy the nice weather? And do people recognize you? Do they come up to you? Do you get some love back from the Frankfurt people?
I slept the last 2 nights here. So I think I am answering the question to you. My focus now is here. My focus is that I want to have as soon as possible. I like to use this expression. I want to see my mirror on the pitch. When I see my player, it's my mirror. My target is for them. I say I want you to enjoy on the pitch. To enjoy on the pitch, it means that you're gonna close your eyes and you know what you have to do, and you know where is your teammate, how you can combine. You enjoy with the ball, no? And my target as a coach is to sit enjoying the way how they are playing. And I said, wow, what a team I have. So probably will be till I will get this. I will not get this. I will keep sleeping if it's necessary here, and I will spend my time here. But I like to repeat this. I'm never using this is a work. For me, this is a job, because when you're enjoying what you're doing, it's a job. So if I am here 15 or 18 hours per day, this is because I want to be, because I don't have in my contract 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours. Now I don't have a minimum, I don't have a maximum. I'm enjoying. So if I stay more hours here because I want to be, but I will not stop, then I will get this target, that is to sit on the bench, and I don't need to give even one instruction. I say, wow, what a team I have. This is my target. I don't like to say dream, but my target.
Phil, du willst sicherlich auf den Friedberger Markt hinaus. Heute mit deiner Frage. Freitag bei dem Wetter, ne? Ja.
This is a record, only 23 minutes, huh?
Ja, stimmt.
Okay.
Gut, dann scheint alles beantwortet zu sein. Ich danke euch, wünsche euch noch viel Spaß heute bei dem schönen Wetter, ein schönes Wochenende, und wir sehen uns am Sonntag um 15:30 Uhr am Millerntor. Vielen Dank.
Danke.